Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. My name's Aceikith Gaming, bringing you today a basic intro guide to the killer side in Dead by Daylight. I did recently do a survivor intro guide to Dead by Daylight. If you do want to view that, if you haven't done so already, there will be a link in the description down below. But today's video will be looking more to the killer side. If you do enjoy watching this video today, please consider clicking the like button, as it does help out the channel a lot. And if you are new to the channel as well, then please consider subscribing. I do aim to be putting out a brand new video every week during the weekend, but mostly during Saturdays, of Dead by Daylight and also other content as well. In Dead by Daylight, your main objective as killer is to protect the 7 gens that will spawn all across the map, although survivors only have to fully progress 5 of the 7 gens to be able to activate the power, which will power up the gates to be able to leave the map. Your primary objective is to kill all 4 survivors by obstructing them from their objectives by sacrificing survivors on hooks, which will spawn around the map. To fully sacrifice a survivor during the trial, you must hook them a total of 3 times during the course of the game, or hook them twice if they entered the struggle phase when they were hooked on the first time. There are different killers that you can play as in Dead by Daylight, so bear in mind that each killer has different abilities and strengths and weaknesses, so practicing different killers will be advised, as some killers will be strong against some survivors but weak against others. As well as having strengths and weaknesses, some killers are also harder to play compared to others, just on the fact of their ability alone. Some abilities will take a little bit more practice to use compared to certain others, so make sure that when you're playing the particular killer is to try and take your time over just trying to practice the ability, as they can be especially quite more difficult to play. Your killer inventory consists of 3 different parts. Your perks and offerings will be slightly different to Survivor, although the general ruling is exactly the same as opposed to Survivor. The most different part is going to be your add-ons, however. Your add-ons for killer is what powers up your abilities or your power in different ways, whether they make them a little bit more powerful or make them last a little bit longer, or maybe even change the ability entirely. Say for example, for Michael Myers, there is Scratch Mirrors, which is an add-on of which it changes his ability entirely. The killer blood web is fairly similar to the survivor blood web. The main difference that you will see in this is that in killer blood webs you will not see items and add-ons for items. Instead, what you will see is the add-ons for the respective killer. Bear in mind that you can only gain add-ons for the killer's power for the respective killer that you have selected at that current time. Before readying up to play any killer games, make sure that you have selected the correct killer, as once you have readied up and loaded into your game, you will not be able to change your killer unless you fully unready. When you get into the pre-game lobby, you will be able to see each respective survivor and each person's username for who is playing that respective survivor. The survivors will not be able to see which killer you are playing, so you do have the advantage that they do not know which killer you are playing as you go into the game. So now you have fully loaded into your Dead by Daylight game as the killer. The main difference that you will see when playing killer is that as opposed to being survivor in third person, killer is played in the first person view. Typically speaking, you as the killer will be spawning on the opposite side of the map to survivors, although this is not always necessarily the case. So being aware of your surroundings and where you have spawned on the map is sometimes even more important as the killer as opposed to the survivor, because you are the only killer that is able to mount pressure onto the 4 different survivors. While playing as the killer for the first time especially can seem very, very daunting, the most important thing that you can do is to try and stay calm and try and learn from the different experiences that you have as killer, and also try and learn from your different matches, as each match can seem very difficult, especially when you're first playing the game, but each experience can be very different, and you can definitely learn from a lot to be a very good killer player in the end. So that concludes our intro guide to Dead by Daylight on Killer. Just remember that each killer does bring a very different power into the game, so learning different killers is, while a very good opportunity to have, each killer can definitely bring a very different experience. So learning a few different killers is definitely a recommended choice. If you do like the video, please click the like button, as it does help out the channel a lot, and if you do want to see more videos like this, then please also click the subscribe button to be notified of further videos, and also click the bell button as well to receive notifications in the future. If you do have any further questions with regards to Killer or Survivor, then please comment down below and I'll get in touch with you as quickly as I can. But otherwise, I do hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.